Hello and Namaste everyone. Welcome to GBR College video lecture series. In this video, we are going to discuss about basic English syllabus for BCom second semester as prescribed by Vijayanagara Sri Krishna Deva Raya University Ballari, and the topic of discussion for this video is an essay from second semester BCom Basic English, that is from Bhajias to Reliance, Dhirubhai Ambani. Myself Parashurama Nagoji, lecturer in English, Ballari Veershaiva Vidyavardhaka Sangha's Gangavati Bhagyamma Rural College and PG Center, Huvinahadagali. Let's begin our discussion on Dhirubhai Ambani's life story from Bhajias to Reliance. In this video, we have three parts for the discussion. First, I will read out the story of Dhirubhai Ambani as it is in the textbook. I have some extracts from the textbook. I will read them out first. And next, we will discuss about why should we read success stories, what is the necessity of reading success stories, and then we will discuss about what should we understand from this story of Dhirubhai Ambani, from Bhajias to Reliance. What should we understand from this story? Because it is not about reading success stories. It is not about reading the story of successful people, reading the lifestyle or the life stories of successful people. It is about reading between lines. Why should we read? What should we understand from this story? So let's begin. The story. Dhirubhai Ambani. He's an Indian entrepreneur, business tycoon. He founded a transnational conglomerate, Reliance Industries. Transnational, as you know, multinational. Conglomerate is the word which has the meaning of a largest company made up of different sectors. Reliance Industries, as we all know, is the largest company. It has different sectors of operations. We will discuss about those different sectors in later part of this video. So Dhirubhai Ambani is an Indian entrepreneur, business tycoon, business magnate, founder of multinational different sectors of Reliance Industries. Dhirubhai Ambani was born on 28 December 1932 in Chorwad of Gujarat. His father was a school teacher and had 5 children and a wife to take care of, with a modest income by being a teacher. But Dhirubhai Ambani was a precocious boy. He was a very talented, he was very smart, very skillful boy, and he often skips his school and winds his way through markets just to get the better understanding of the reason why people make money, how people make money. He often skips his school and winds his way through markets so that he could better understand the way people made money. That's what fascinated him. He wants to go to the markets by skipping the school. His interest was in markets, not at all in the four-wall building of classrooms. So he used to skip his classrooms and his classes and used to travel around the market just to see how people interact, how people make money. He spent his spare time in observing sellers interacting with consumers. He used to observe how sellers sell their goods to the customers and how customers purchase them from the sellers. Right. Dhirubhai Ambani, to him, business fascinated. Ambani was attracted towards the business. Over the weekends, he would try to sell bhajias to pilgrims at Mount Girnar. And Mount Girnar is a holy place. It is a pilgrimage site for both Hindu and Jains, and it is considered as a holy mountain for Buddhists also. Uh, it is also known as Girinagar. Mount Girnar is a place in Junagadh district of Gujarat, and over the weekends in his childhood, Dhirubhai Ambani tried to sell Bhajias to the pilgrims at Mount Girnar. Dhirubhai Ambani, after completing his high school education at the age of 16, Ambani left his village and family and went to Aden in Yemen in search of a living. He left India to the country in Middle East, that is Yemen, and he went to the city of Aden at the age of 16 in searching of a job, in searching of a living. In Aden, Ambani was able to get two jobs with the largest transnational trading firm at that time, that is ABC and Co. He used to uh, do two jobs at a time. The name of the company in which he got those two jobs is ABC and Co. He worked as a gas station attendant as well as a dispatch clerk. These two are his jobs at his beginning. Those two jobs are gas station attendant and a dispatch clerk. During this time in Eden, he came to know the importance of power, money, and influence. He was a very quick learner. He was a dedicated worker, and he got the promotion to in his job, and he was soon become a superintendent of a gas station. And during that time, he came to know the importance of power, money, and influence, and more importantly, how all these three, power, money, and influence, mattered very little without a delicate and sensitive human touch guiding them. It is not only money, it is not only power, it is not only influence. It requires delicate and sensitive human touch to guide them in a proper way. So he and his wife Kokila saved as much as money they could. In 1958, they came back after 10 years after leaving India. They came back to India. Ambani returned to India with 50,000 rupees. So after returning to India, Dhirubhai Ambani set up his base in Bombay, which is Mumbai now, and founded a company that imported and exported spices. It was set up in Masjid Bandar of South Mumbai. This was his first business in India. Ambani's first business in India is to import and export spices. Uh, and over the time, the company expanded into textile market and began to produce and import and export polyester. This was a key decision made by Ambani, who knew that the polyester happened to be in great demand across Asian markets. He knew that polyester cloth is in great demand across Asian markets, so he decided to expand his business into textile market as well, and he began to produce and import and export of polyester cloth. And that decision of entering into textile market paid off, and soon the company began making a modest profit. Despite the money they were making, the Ambanis chose both Dhirubhai and Kokilaben decided to choose to live comfortably, not luxuriously. We have to concentrate on those two words, living comfortably and living luxuriously. Luxury is not always comfort, and comfort is not always the luxury. Ambani started saving money, and in 1966 he carried out two major operations. The first was to expand the company, and he set up his own textile manufacturing unit in Naroda of Gujarat's Ahmedabad. And the second operation was something he had planned for some time. He used the money he had saved to invest 15,000 rupees in a new venture. That is, he founded Reliance Industries. Reliance Industries Limited, or RIL, operated in three segments. That's what we discussed earlier. Conglomerate. One company with different sectors operated in three segments. Those three are petrochemicals, refineries, and oil and gas. Over the time, it did branch out to include other segments such as textile markets, retail business, telecom, and broadband business, and etc. In 1969, Ambani launched his first brand named Vimal. Vimal, I hope you have seen that advertisement in your TV channels of Vimal. It was the first Indian brand of textile market. He launched it in 1969 and he named it Vimal. His business rate of expansion looked promising, and his reputation was further enhanced in 1975 when a team of technical experts from the World Bank visited his manufacturing centers and certified the centers as excellent even by developed countries' standards. Remember, he launched all his ventures in India, which is still a developing country, and in 1975 itself, Ambani's reputation was enhanced by the visit of the technical team experts from World Bank, and they certified that Reliance Industries Limited is excellent even by developed countries' standard. In 1977, the 1977 saw Ambani's and Reliance's biggest breakthrough. Ambani managed to attract over 58,000 investors in Reliance's first IPO, that is, initial public offering. The people of commerce are I hope, very familiar to this terminology, initial public offering. That is, the term is commonly used phrase to describe an IPO is to take company public or to invite public to invest in this company. It's a risky endeavor, but can often have the potential for significant gains. So in 1977, Reliance offered IPO for public and invited them to invest in their company. The Indian stock markets witnessed major activity after the company went public. As soon as Reliance went public with IPO, Indian stock markets witnessed major activity, and Reliance became the market's favorite, especially as a result of its convertible debentures in 1980s. By the end of 1980s, his company had the largest number of stakeholders in the world. Ambani had gone from rags to riches. This is a very interesting phrase, rags to riches, from selling Bhajias to the pilgrims at Mount Girnar to become the largest number of stakeholders in the world. Rags, from nothing to become successful, from nothing to become rich, from rags to riches. One of the notable events in Reliance's history occurred in 1992 when the company became the first Indian company to raise money in global markets. From selling Bhajias to pilgrims, Ambani had gone on to occupying the center stage of the world's business markets. By 2012, Reliance had expanded so greatly that its employees numbered over 85,000 across India and the world. It is the statistics of 2012. The total number of employees who were working by the end of 2012 in Reliance in India and across the world is around 85,000. The company itself accounts the almost 5% of India's central government total tax revenue, and Reliance itself became the first Indian company to be listed on Fortune 500 companies list as one of the world's biggest companies by revenues. Remember this, world's biggest companies by revenues. In the previous slides we saw the largest stakeholders company. Now we are seeing that it is Fortune 500 one of the Fortune 500 companies as one of the biggest companies by revenues. In 1986, Ambani suffered a heart attack. Concerned about his health and secure in the knowledge that Reliance was doing well and his sons were more than capable businessmen, Ambani handed over the empire to his sons, Mukesh Ambani and Anil Ambani. In 1986, after suffering from a heart attack, he was so concerned about his health as well as his company's fortune, so he handed over his company to his sons, more than a capable businessman. Those are Mukesh Ambani and Anil Ambani. And now we are going to look at the popularity of Anil Ambani in popular culture, that is books industry and film industry. The film industry and book industry began developing films and books that depicted Dhirubhai Ambani's life. The Polyester Prince and Ambani and Sons were two books on Ambani that were written by Scottish author Hamish MacDonald. Remember the book names of those two books. The Polyester Prince is the one, and Ambani and Sons is the other, which both were written by a Scottish author named Hamish MacDonald. Due to controversial content in those books, the former title was not released in India, and in the film industry, Abhishek Bachchan played the role of Dhirubhai Ambani in the film Guru on the life of Dhirubhai Ambani. The film was a commercial success. In 2002, Ambani passed away after having his third heart attack. His death saw a nation unite in mourning. The then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee quoted saying, "The country has lost iconic proof of what an ordinary Indian fired by the spirit of enterprise and driven by determination can achieve in his own lifetime." This is a very important quote, and it is very applicable to the success story of Dhirubhai Ambani, an ordinary Indian fired by the spirit of enterprise and driven by the determination. Fired, motivated by the spirit of enterprise and driven by determination can achieve in his lifetime. Following his death, his sons split Reliance Industries into Reliance Industries Limited and Reliance Anil Dhirubhai Ambani grew. So this is about the basic ideas of what is the life story of Dhirubhai Ambani, which we can see this in your textbook. Now our discussion of the topic number 2, why should we read success stories? If you can study the life of all the successful people, you can find almost a same pattern which led them to success. What is that pattern? Same pattern: passion, risk-taking attitude, hard and smart working. The other one is there, it is out of the screen, out of the frame, that is dreaming. Passion, risk-taking attitude, hard and smart working, and dreaming. It is a same pattern. These points are same in every successful people life. You can study the life of any successful person. You can find these four points or aspects in their life. So how can we compare them to with the life of Dhirubhai Ambani? It is not as easy as my 23 slides of this PowerPoint. As my first 23 slides of this PowerPoint presentation, which made Ambani a successful person. It is not a movie which ends in 2.5 hours. It is not a story which ends in 23 slides. It is a struggle. As one of my favorite commentators, Harsha Bhogle, says, life is like a test cricket. It is what you don't see in highlights. It is the tough several phases wins you matches. Yes, you can see the highlights of a test match: hitting a 4, hitting a 6, getting a wicket, but hitting a century, scoring double century, it is not what you, as in test cricket, so in life, it is not what you see in highlights. The determination you can see throughout the test match resulted into a century or a half century or a double century or a 5-wicket haul or a 10-wicket haul. And that's what Harsha Bhogle says. Life is like a test cricket. It is what you don't see in highlights. The tough several phases wins you matches. So is in this story. So is in any story of successful people. It is not what you see, what you read, what you watch in the story of their life. It is watching, reading between lines, what made them successful. So what should we understand from this story? That's what I am going to explain now. What should we understand from this story? It is passion, my dear friends. Ambani used to skip his schools. Many of us skip our schools. But what we do after skipping school? He went to markets just to see how people make money, how sellers sell their goods, how customers buy their goods, what interaction happens between them. So he went, we concentrate on skipping schools rather than what he had done after skipping schools. That's what, you know, as in a famous story of Vishweshwaraya, our parents used to say, used to tell us that Vishweshwaraya used to go and read under street lights. Yes, he has become a successful person, a genius, by studying under street light. But what we should understand is what made him to go and sit under those street lights. Passion for study. That's what we have to understand. Just sitting under street lights and reading won't make you a successful person. There is a reason which made him to go and sit under those street lights and study. And there is a reason for Ambani to skip school. He has a passion for business. He went to the markets to see how people make money. And more importantly, Ambani did what he loved: business, which was fascinated him. As we have seen in his life story, business fascinated him. That's why he went to Aden. That's why he started importing, exporting spices. That's why he established Reliance Industries. That's why he started Vimal textile marketing. So business fascinated him. Passion towards what he loved. Oh, we have to have that passion about what we love. I will ask you this simple question. If at all we have all the money in the world, will we continue to do what we are doing now, doing today? If at all will you continue to do your BCom? If at all if at all you have all the money in the world, will you continue your degree studying your BCom? If yes, you are in the right path. If no, your passion is something else. If BCom interests you, if studying commerce, studying business interests you, then you are in the right path. Then you are in the right, then you have found your passion and you are following it. If not, if your answer is no to that question, if at all you have all the money in the world, will you continue to do your BCom? If it is no, find your passion. So move on. Number 2, risk-taking attitude. He left his home to Aden. He took that risk at the age of 16. Ask yourself, I will ask myself, what is my age? Ask yourself, what is your age? And how many risks we have taken to become successful? And very important, risk-taking attitude. Understanding the needs of the market and starting new business. That is what the core of Reliance Industries. When we used to have 1 GB data for whole 1 month, Reliance Industries came up with the idea of free internet by Geo, and we are enjoying. We are watching this video on YouTube by the internet revolution made by Reliance. So you should understand what is the need of the market, and that is what the core of any business. And taking company into public he took his company to public by initial public offering. He started his business, spices, Reliance, Vimal. There are so many risks he took in his life, and that's what made him successful. And hard and smart working. He was a dedicated learner. He loved to learn. He saves money. Remember, there is a fantastic quotation about it. Rupees saved is rupees earned. It is not about how much you earn. It is about how much you save. And he lives a simple life. He led a simple life with his wife Kokila Ben when he was making so much money with his textile marketing and spices business. So hard and smart working. And ask yourself this question now. Are you passionate about anything in your life? Ask yourself, what is that passion? What is the passion that is leading you? What wakes you up every morning? Are you happy in waking up early in the morning to go to your colleges, to go to your classes? Remember, nobody has become successful by working 9 to 5 and enjoying their weekends. Successful people work round the clock 24 into 7 and enjoy their work. They don't find happiness in any weekend parties or anything like that. They find happiness in their work. They enjoy their work. And there is no time limit for their work. It is not about 9 to 5. It is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, round the clock. So to conclude this whole discussion, I have some of the quotations for you. If at all we want to be a successful person or successful, if at all we want to be successful people, I have extracted some of the quotations which I loved. I hope it will be liked by you. Let's see those quotations. Number 1, trying to impress others is the first step to failure. There are so many books saying what are the steps for success. There are so many steps to success, but according to me, trying to impress others is the first step to failure. Never try to impress anybody. Never try to impress anybody. Trying to impress others is the first step to failure. Then you get what you settle for. When George Bernard Shaw says that satisfaction is death. If at all you are satisfied for something, something, you will be settled for that. You get what you settle for. This is a very interesting quotation. 1 is an odd number. So you have to be odd if at all you want to be number 1. If you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to help build their dream. So please have your own dream and try to build it, or else somebody will hire you, make you an employee to build their dream. A goal without a deadline is just a dream. A goal without deadline is just a dream. If at all you have a goal, you should put yourself a deadline to finish that goal, or else it will become a dream only. Our goal must be to be rich, not to look rich. The goal is to be rich, not to look rich. You can interpret this in any way you want to interpret. The goal is to be intelligent, not to look intelligent. The goal is to be smart, not to look smart. The goal is to have knowledge, not to look or not to show off your knowledge. So the goal is to be rich, not to look rich. Remember, sacrifice comes before success, even in dictionary. So you have to in order to become successful, you have to sacrifice. Sacrifice is the basic mantra for success. Many people say you win and lose are the coin of win and lose are the two faces of same coin. But if at all you don't want to, if at all you don't play to win, don't play at all. Yes, you can lose, but the attitude to win is very important rather than winning. Remember this. If at all you are not starting your any adventure, any concept, anything you want to do with the attitude of winning it, how can you win? So if you don't play to win, don't play at all. And remember, all the successful people in this world have given something to this world which was missing. So give the world what you feel is missing from it. This is why you are here. You are here to give something to this world which is missing from this world. So give what you feel is missing from this world. That's why you are here. To become a champion, to be a champ, you have to believe in yourself when no one else will. Many people will laugh at your ideas. Many people will scold you for your ideas. Many people will pull your legs for your ideas. Many people will irritate you. But you have to believe when nobody else believe in you to become a champion. And very important, don't confuse fame with success. You can relate if at all you are using any social medias. We post one photo for just to get likes. We post one photo in Instagram to get many followers. That is fame. To become famous is not to become success. Not everybody who became famous are not successful. Remember, don't confuse the fame with the success. and your follower is not always your fan. Everybody who follows you is are not always your fan. So be careful about whom you follow and who are following you. So at last, quotes don't work unless you do. All these quotations, all this discussion will not work unless you get up from your bed and start working. You have to work to make those quotes work. So quotes don't work unless you do. To conclude this discussion, I will have this quotation from the Dhirubhai Ambani himself. Think big, think fast, think ahead. Ideas are no one's monopoly. That's what he did. Thinking big, going to Aden, starting Reliance Industries, starting spice business, Vimal, textile marketing. Think big, think fast. When polyester was a very much requirement in Asian markets, he started textile marketing. Think fast and think ahead of the time. Think ahead of every people. Ideas are no one's monopoly. Ideas are not belong to anybody. Think fast, think big, and think ahead of your time. Thank you so much for your wonderful time. We will see you in our next video. Thank you.